XCOM is happening. Da, da, da. Hello, I'm invading this small terror site, which has already been invaded, so it's exactly the opposite of what I actually meant to say. Yes, welcome to episode 2 of Gordon is a fucking idiot who can't tell when his microphone isn't recording. Except this time the cable wasn't pulled out. It's just that in OBS, Open Broadcast Software, which I use for recording, I tend to forget that if I open it without the microphone plugged in, it takes it off the list, and then even when I go back to my preset for XCOM, it will just say, oh, the thing you tried last time wasn't there, so we set it to like none. So I need to learn to read the goddamn meters. Anyway, this is actually kind of interesting because the mutons show up, and other things called celatids and silicoids. It's really weird voicing these after the fact, which is, if you can't tell, is exactly what I'm doing. I have got the video footage, but my voice was not recorded in any way, shape or form. And it's funny that whenever I do that, whenever I make that big fuck up, I killed a muton with a stun there. It almost seems unsporting. Whenever I have this kind of microphone mishap, it's always a pretty good episode, or a really good episode. At the very least, pretty good. Something I'm proud to put up without much hesitation. A little hesitation, like always. And yeah, this was another one of those ones. It was going quite well. I wasn't rambling too much. The rambling I was doing was vaguely on topic. In fact, one of the rambles I went on was about going on a ramble. Because I like to think, at least when I go on a ramble, I'm at the very least on topic, if not repeating all my goddamn words. Excuse me. But yeah, I like to think I'm at least talking about something related, like the last time I tried to tell a story and completely failed. And this is just me sending my tank off into the middle of nowhere, because fuck it, inhuman. Last time I went on a ramble, it was about the 2012 XCOM coming out for Android, and comparing that to the desktop, and then I turned out to get that completely wrong. Oh, no, wait, no, Terry has been... Why am I saying that like it's just happened? This happened to me like 20 minutes ago. I shouldn't even bother to act like this is surprising me. Because it's not at all surprising. One of my XCOM soldiers died, and it was somebody who's on Geek and Sundry. There's no part of that which is surprising. And apart from the fact that tank actually landed a shot, because it's got completely horrendous aim. Also, I think this bit was a bit weird. Yeah, no line of fire for that, because walls? Lack of physics? Yeah, I know the mutons take a lot of shots, but those, I can't remember if that's the silicoid or the celatoid. Celatid? One of those. That must be a couple of shots it's taken now. I mean, obviously those two were misses, but it's just a bit weird. And that was another thing I talked about, was the fact that mutons are obviously, in the 2012 game, they're more durable. You can see it. They take more shots. You can see their health bars are way up. They're pretty much the same here, except they're somehow scarier here, because of the precise opposite reason, that you can't see their health, and you know that they're going to take a shitload of shots, but that's like between 2 and 6, and thank God we've got rid of those pesky walls. And that was 2 hits. Come on, mutons, yes. That blob of fuck all, no. That should not take so many hits. That is just silly. Also, who can see that guy? Because it's not Jessie. She hasn't got the little 1 or 2 thing. Oh, he can... Right. Okay. I always imagined Yahtzee playing a sniper, and I don't know why. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But, 70% for a aimed shot. That ain't nothing. And, yes, Jessie did, thankfully, manage to kill that thing at point blank range. I don't know if range comes into the damage you do. That thing's got a burny bum. As it turns out, that is actually lower. It's got an incredibly high core temperature, which you think you would see when it died, but no, apparently the oxygen just snuffs that out. But yeah, that floor was not on fire until it ran over it. So that's just kind of hilarious to me. And they are Bernie Bum aliens from here on out. Is it here on out or here on in? I can't remember all of a sudden. Death Tank. Ascend the tank to its death. I sang a lot for this one as well, and I'm not sure why, but it was stupid wee tunes like that. Just narrating what I'm doing to a non-existent tune. Dibby-doo. That sort of stuff. Just comes out. Sorry, that still genuinely just makes me jump for a second. It's like, oh god, there is a thing, it is shooting, I'm not sure about my life and everything. It does occasionally happen. Because generally the camera angles are not so good, so you don't really know where something's shooting from. You just know that it is shooting. Also, that must be one of the weird mutons with absolutely no skin resistance whatsoever. Because it died to like one laser shot, and that just should not happen. That's not how it works. How it works is Scott and Jesse come and they stamp on your face. Because they are freaking badasses. And Jesse's going to be pissed off this time because Canada, in the last episode, got this very own terror mission. So aliens invaded Canada. She's looking for revenge. You know, some civvies must have died in that episode, so she's coming for these guys. Even though it wasn't these aliens, but never mind. Yep, that's the other one. That's either the silicoid or the celetoid. And here I can't quite figure out where the gun on the goddamn tank is because it won't let me shoot this fucker until I do that. And then get shot. Hooray. God, that's half the damn thing's health as well. And that was me trying to clear a hole for somebody else to shoot through, so I just did this instead. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that's meant to have an incredibly hot core as well, but it doesn't show it when it explodes. Excuse me. Something I've been missing out on when I've been doing some of the menus, some. I'm using the word some all the goddamn time, some. Anyway, yes. Now that I've been doing some more menu stuff rather than just a battle every single time, I've started to realise that I'd forgotten to actually view some of the research reports once they were done, because you get a picture and you get information about it, and this is where I nearly got Jim Sterling killed, just for a nice wee segue. Not at this point. That was not actually the point that I nearly got him killed. The point I got him killed is when I couldn't get Scott over fast enough, and Movie Bob had shot his load. Literally, I guess. Literally as it is gun. Not spunk. There, that's about as eloquent as I can put that one. Luckily, I was about to say luckily the mutons are terrible shots because nobody died in that one, and then I heard a scream, so clearly they can shoot. Woe is me. Apparently I don't learn from my experience last time because I just send Jim Sterling into harm's way once again. And then straight back out again. So I at least gave him more time units this time, enough to get away. Because I am a silly butt. I am a butt of silly. Oh dear. That's quite a few dead. Still, I'm pretty sure I get a decent rating for this. You can let us astounding amount. An astonishing number. I only meant to change amount to number, and then I just changed it to astonishing. Because reasons. Reasons equaling, none. You can actually get an astonishing number of civilians, back to the story, Gordon. You can get an astonishing number of civilians killed and still get a decent rating for the mission. It's a little harsher in the 2012 one, not by much. Because I have been playing the 2012 version a bit more. Ramble time. And Jesse potentially getting shot, but the muton decided it had an irrational hatred of doors instead. So that's what happened there. Anyway, 2012, I have got to the point where I need to... What do I need? Do I need to invade the alien mothership? I think that's it. No, not the skeleton key one. It's I need to use the Gollop device. That's what's going on. And Dossie pulls off a very nice shot, which I think wins me the mission. I could be wrong, but obviously I don't know it at this point, so I am still wandering. going to look in that window in a minute. It's like a crystal ball into something not very interesting. Because, let's face it fucking isn't it. I'm not telling it very well, and I know what happens, so... How it could get any worse, I don't know. Who the hell looks in that window then? Did he shoot his way? Yeah, he shoots his way. Because why not? He's already used that clip up because he's fired more than one shot. Ding! There we go. One live alien for some reason. Civilians killed... Oh, no, only 3. So I saw most of those alien corpses, in fact. That's kind of unusual. And they still got good! Which is nice. Ah yeah, I researched plasma defense whilst everybody was away. And silicoid terrorist as opposed to silicoid medic. Given that it's a blob that fires plasma, there's not much else to do in that regard. And this... Oh, this is just annoying. A nice advantage the 2012 version has is down in the bottom left corner, and you'll see me do this later on. I actually put the cursor in the bottom left. I'm just remembering to talk about it now because I'll forget later on or interrupt something I'm saying. Is when you've got the globe spinning, the geoscape spinning, which is the only useful thing it ever does in that version of the game. It will come up in the bottom left with little messages like this is refueled, such and such has come back on duty from being injured or homesick. See, there it is. Such and such has come back to duty, that kind of thing. It appears in the bottom left as a wee status message, and it's very handy because you can just stop the spinning of the globe and deal with that. So that would be nice. And take a pause to not to read a text file and see who I meant to add first. At all. And I swear to God, I don't just add people who my brother knows or works with or has interacted with. I was actually a fan of Rin Regain Game before Scott made that video. We don't have a great track record of foisting entertainment upon one another. And, obviously, interesting thing, I researched power suits, so hopefully less people will die. Speaking of which, sorry Terry, you were Geek and Sundry in an XCOM game. It was just going to happen, apparently. Microprose hated Geek and Sundry vloggers years before it was even incepted. That's the correct term for that, right? Made, created, brand, stuff, word, mouth, sentence. I must mouth better. Got time for one more mission anyway. Oh, fuck me. I've completely lost what I'm talking about now. Enjoy me looking at the battlescape for a bit and how derpy the armour looks. But I remember now, unfortunately, so well done me. Me and Scott have a terrible track record of trying to introduce stuff to each other. Because he actually tried to introduce me to Hey Ash, What You Playing? He showed it to us as a band practice or something. We were in a band together at one point. And it was okay. I didn't really get into it from there. Just seemed kind of funny, but it didn't stick. And then I got into it later on my own, well, partially on my own. I did recognise the name, so that would probably made me veer towards it a little more than something I'd never heard of. And I actually went and berated him later for not pushing it on me hard enough. Because it was so awesome. I was like, you tried and you failed to get me into this. You should have tried harder. It made about as much sense as I'm making it sound. I am strange like that. Actually, I think I'll try a question this time round. What kind of fun, fantastic fandoms do you try and get your friends into? Have you tried to get them into Buffy and Angel or Firefly? Have you tried to get them into Lost or Orange is the New Black? Orphan Black? Things that have black in the name. You know, the kind of thing. Whatever's popular on Tumblr right now. What am I saying? Buffy's always popular on Tumblr. Because Buffy. But yeah, do you try and foist on other people from your personal fandoms? What do you try and get them into too? I wish to know. Personally, I'm not sure what I try and put on people. I've at least got one person into How I Met Your Mother, and House, and Bones. But there's a couple we had collectively, separately. I only meant the exact opposite of what I said. There's a couple of things we got into separately that we still watch, like Scrubs and Space. Yeah, there was only one friggin' alien on that. I killed 2 aliens, of course, yes. And the rest were dead already. And this is around the time where I end the episode. But yeah, me and this other person had, in fact, watched stuff like Space and Scrubs. I think I also tried to get them into Brass Eye and The Day Today, but it was got an okay response. Not fantastic. And yeah, this is the point where I realise I'm out of money. It's not useful. Excuse me. That is terrible. I should not try and record this when I'm drinking cola. It does not work. Unfortunately, I am pretty much inhaling colas 24/7 when I get the chance. I'm not a maniac. I do stop after a certain hour. Although apparently 7 minutes past 9 is not that hour. Because I'm still bloody drinking it. Even after I just burped and everything. I'm a walking continent of common sense, I am. I really wish I hadn't used up all the interesting topics, because now I'm just watching myself build stuff, and I am as bored as you're going to be. Missile defences. How cute. I think at this point I was talking about how I'd almost didn't want to build the grav shield and the good base defences, because I did kind of want to. Yeah, this is the part where I proved this is the Bernie Bum alien. Hot molten core. Or just hot core. You know what I mean? But yeah, I will bloody well check the meters next time. Because I don't want to have to do this again. It's just one of those things. You might have fun while you're playing and recording, or thinking you're recording. This fucker just runs away like twice, I think. Oh yeah, that was a weird one. End of the month, council meets to decide my funding, and I somehow end up $500,000 in debt. I don't know how that even happens. I need to actually look up what has maintenance costs, because I have fewer countries helping me than I did before. That is a problem. So I have to sell stuff, and I completely forgot what I was currently researching or still needed to research. Realised I have like 40 heavy plasma clips and I don't really need them. But I've sensibly put the number of heavy plasma guns down, even though I'm not using them. I even have to sell one of my plasma beams. That's just annoying. Again, I could look up what you can make that you can then sell for a higher profit. I don't know if I really want to play that way. I think I would rather just make it so things actually, work as they should in sensible lives. Also, that enemy was way out of radar range. I don't know how he got that far before disappearing. So was that a landing site? I don't even know. Also, he just floats there until I tell him to go back. And then he's back again! Yay, I told you this would happen. And then I just give up and let him go. Might bite me next month, but who gives? That little dick. Oh, and this says mutons are not so much circumcised as have all their reproductive organs removed. Which is not great. It's not what you really want from your life. I'm wondering if that would make you a more efficient soldier, necessarily, but given all the other crap that they're doing to those things, it's possible. It is possible. And the silicoids are also molten core, except they float instead of burn their bum on, or put their burning bum on the ground. And that's all the attention I actually paid to that. Researching the mind probe though, so it might be able to get some psychic soldiers, which is what I was going to talk about with XCOM 2012, because I'm at the point where I just need to activate the gulp device, and I'm deliberately not doing it because I want a squad of psychic soldiers, which means I have to swallow first, which means that I have to basically hire soldiers, put them into psi testing for 10 days, and then, sack the rejects that don't have the gift. I've almost got a full squad. One of them did get killed last time round, because I thought I'd be able to just end the mission because I had an enemy mind controlled ethereal, thank you. But no, that was not the case. I had to actually kill that ethereal who was on my side before the mission would end. And this particular soldier was injured and about to bleed out. So he died, because the ethereal was still alive. That sucked. Anyway, I'm all the way up to the end of the episode, and this is the point where I say bye. Bye!